wonderful morning, dear viewers, wherever you are watching Lumen TV from, be it in the comfort of your homes, on Facebook or on YouTube. You are watching now Lumen This Day with me, Sidin Mwamainda. I am not alone. I'm joined by Vincent Perry. Vincent, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Sydney, and welcome, viewers.
So, dear viewers, we invite you to participate in the stories that we have today that are trending. One of the stories that we'll look at is the sad passing away of Honorable Axon Sijani, who died yesterday. We also look at the story that is a spillover of the death of the former president, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, and the questioning of Madam Tasila Lungu being out of parliament for some days, I think getting into a month now, I think
close to 2 months.
Close to 2 months now. Yeah. So that is, those are some of the stories that we have, and others you get to learn about them as we go. And so we encourage you to participate. Messi is not with us, Vincent, today.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. So let's begin with this story. The Local Government Service Commission chairperson, Axon Sijani, has died at the age of 67. He passed away yesterday at Net Care Garden City Hospital in Johannesburg, South Africa. Mr. Sijani served as Member of Parliament for Mapatizia constituency from 1991 to 2011, and he held various cabinet positions, including as Minister from 1999 to 2001, and then as Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Food and Fisheries from 1997 to 1999. At the time of his passing on, he was serving as chairperson of the Local Government Service Commission. Mr. Honorable, I like to call him Honorable Axon Sijani, because I knew him as a politician, and as we go on, I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I think it's a sad reading, of course. This is someone who has been in politics for a very long time, and I think consistent, because he started as early as 1991. That's when maybe some of us knew about him, when he joined MMD, and when he was when he was in MMD. Of course, he served as a minister, Member of Parliament for Mapatizia, and I think he has been there. And of course, these are people that have been in politics for a long time, and the experience that he has in politics, I think, is what the Zambians will miss when we realizing that he is no more. And even at the time of his passing, he was still actively involved in government issues. So yeah, this is someone who has been through and through in politics, and I think losing him now is a big blow to Zambia. And of course, you told me that there's something that you really want to talk about.
There's something that I really want to talk about. It's an inspiration that I always got from him, watching him in Parliament, listening to him. Yeah, it is one crop of those politicians or members of Parliament that when there's an issue on the table to debate, they used to debate with authority, well informed, and of course you'd love to know that he was a public administrator. He had a Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration, but also with keen interest in agriculture, because he also had a diploma in agriculture, and that's why you hear that he was also Deputy Minister for Agriculture, Food and Fisheries, and coming from Southern Province, people there are passionate about agriculture. But for me, it was the kind of the politician he was, a parliamentarian that he was. Like I said already, when he was debating, he would debate with authority. It wasn't like we see nowadays, the politicians of nowadays, the parliamentarians of nowadays, I see a lot of politicking, you see, rather than addressing issues and then finding solutions, ensuring that the issues they went to parliament for are being addressed, that they are debating, they are representing their people, bringing out views of their constituents. That is what I used to see in the late Ackson Sijani as Honorable Member of Parliament, as the title that the MPs always have. And even when he retired and went to local government, even there he was speaking with authority, well-informed, following matters, as we will see in the clip that we've picked. He was serving as a chairperson for local government at local government ministry. There's a clip, dear viewers, so that we just see the kind of man that we are talking about and the issue that he was bringing out in that clip. Very pertinent, very important.
What has made us come over here with a chat with our friends, as I said, principally, to do a qualifications audit. Do all the people who qualify, who sit in this office, do they qualify? Do they have the requisite academic and the professional qualifications to occupy these positions? We want to also do a limited staff audit that will inform us whether Lusaka City Council is overemployed. And if they are overemployed, how do we know they are overemployed? Do we have records that we keep in such a way that they are able to tell us that type of information? Depending on what we find here and the resources permitting, we should be able to order a more comprehensive, a more detailed, a more professional audit of all the 116 local authorities in this country to establish exactly the qualifications of our staff and the jobs that they've been given. Thank God we are not hard pressed for time. We are going to sit here and interrogate every bit of information until we have some semblance of data which is going to help us move forward. Our focus, our mandate is personnel. How those personnel are recruited, how they are promoted, how they are looked after, blah, blah, blah. That is our preoccupation. So, as I said, depending on what we find here, if we find something Jewish, then we might have the appetite now to commission a full-fledged audit of all the 116 councils in this country so that we have a basis of decision making. Everybody represent themselves. Everybody. If you don't represent yourself, you are not there. You don't exist. It's as simple as that. Only ghosts will not appear. So all human beings who are employed by the Lusaka City Council will have an interaction with us.
There we are, dear viewers, Honorable Ackson Sijani there. Vincent, the terms that he's using and the way he's speaking, principally, if we are going to make everyone come here, if you don't come and account for yourself, then you are not there. Always, if there is something, that was Honorable Sijani for me, if there was something wrong, you go for it head on and address it. Rectify it and ensure that in that issue, of course, he was talking about the issue of overemployment that is in the council. How are the people coming? Are the people in there with qualifications? And those are the matters he was laying bare to ensure that what is right is done.
Of course, I think he was spot on. And you could see even the authority that he had, even when he was speaking, could see that this is someone who is, he has conviction within himself. He knows exactly what he's talking about. talking about the ghost workers and so on. These are some of the things that we
hear.
Not just hear, see, of course. Yeah, they are there, and
we hear of cadres being employed in positions which needs qualifications that people do not have, but they are there.
They are there, and they're getting the monies, and people who are qualified and they are looking for employment, they can't even find employment because the gaps have been filled by people that don't exist. So those are some of the issues that he talked about, and I think he talked with a lot of authority, and you could see that he really knew what he was talking about. But maybe moving on, there's an issue that has been happening in going on, and this is something to do with the late president. In a different way, this time the daughter, Tasila Lungu, who is member of parliament for Chawama constituency, has been missing in parliament, and there was a question in parliament to say whether she is coming back and so on and so forth. And the speaker, Ms. Nelly Muti, said she received letters from Tasila Lungu to say that
a leave request.
Yes, a leave request to say that she's attending to the funeral, and she, I mean, the speaker said Tasila Lungu will only get back to parliament after the burial of the late former president, and that is 14 days after the burial of the late former president. So this is a situation that we are in now, and we don't know, Sydney, when will the president be buried, and all we know is that 14 days after burial, that's when Chawama will have representative in parliament.
Yes, Vincent, yes, you moved from the story of Axon Sijani, Honorable Axon Sijani, indeed, to say my condolences, and that may his soul rest in peace. Yes, Honorable Tasila Lungu, of course, what came out in parliament is what some people in the streets have been debating. They'll be saying, the member of parliament is missing out and the like. And people were saying, maybe there will be a by-election, maybe the speaker, because the first time I think the speaker was asked, she stayed the judgment on the what do they call it, a council on the issue that was raised on the floor of parliament by the other member of parliament. However, the speaker has now made a statement like you've said, but the question is we don't know when burial will take place, and the speaker said Honorable Tasila Lungu will only come back to parliament when the father is put to rest, and when the father will be put to rest, we don't know. So she also said if it is within this session of parliament, then it should be within 14 days. If it is after, in the other session, then it should be again after 14 days, something like that. But I think these are things that sometimes we bring upon ourselves when we don't address matters accordingly. We know that when we have a funeral, even in families, in our communities, we know that maybe if a funeral takes longer, there should be something like maybe 5 days or a week. But normally within 3 days we bury. We'll see, perhaps even the other funeral that we just started with, we'll say that we'll bury very soon. But this one, a lot of things will be coming up, and like we mentioned last time, costs. Because some of us, yes, we are doing, we are coming for work, we are doing other things, but think of the family, like we spoke even last time, the family of the late president. They're just seated. Some of them have businesses. Some of them, like Honorable Tasila Lungu, her life is not just for herself, but she's a representative of the people.
Yeah.
And of course, because she's on leave, obviously she's even drawing on the government coffers. But she's not working. She's at the funeral.
Yeah.
And when this funeral will be buried, we don't know. You see. And there are other people in the family again who work. They go for work. Perhaps they are not going for work. The others who are doing businesses. How do they account or stake? What do they call it? Stock take their business. You see. People could be stealing at this time. People could be loafing around. No one knows, and no one is there to check, to supervise. So a lot of things are on stand still for them, and afterwards they may find a lot of things that have gone wrong in the family, and even within themselves. Obviously, they stalk. There could be others who are saying, let's bury others. No, we are waiting for this. And we heard last time the president mentioned that we are talking to the family in the background. And the spokesperson of the family, we read in some sections of the media, he also said, no one is talking to us. So it's just a quote that we are waiting for. And a lot of things are spilling over. The last time, again, we are talking of the AI audio. All these things are coming up because of the barrier that has stored, so to say. And the judgment, we're getting into August. Is it supposed to be 4th August? That's when we're here.
It's unfortunate, Sydney. I don't know what we can do, because I think the people of Chawama are being denied of their representative, and I think I don't know what can be done, because I think there should be a system, where if you elect a member of parliament, there should be some kind of an assistant. Maybe an assistant, or is it like a running mate, the way the president is, where if a president is out, an assistant would go into parliament and represent the people of a constituency. Because I think the way things are now, there's nothing that is happening in Chawama in terms of representation from parliament. And we don't know really when burial will take place. We don't know
when burial will take place. Vincent. So like I said, a lot of things, a lot of thinking will be coming up. But I think the first thing that is supposed to be done is to lay ground on how to handle the burial of the president or a former president. I think when we deal with that, then we may have lesser of the problem that we've seen. I was talking about that, taking into consideration that it's not only the president who has died and the daughter and so on, but in case of a situation like this one, where a member of parliament probably sick, or maybe for whatever reason they are not attending parliament, and what happens? Are we going to go for a by-elections and so on? Why can't we have some kind of an assistant who can who can just jump in without spending a lot of money and so on? So for me, I think that's the line I was thinking in. If you are now talking of amendments to the constitution.
Yes, amendment to the constitution, but it can be done smartly in such a way that you remember how we did it with the running mate. It was an amendment, but it was nicely done.
Are you saying Bill 7 should come back and should come back with that clause now? Because Bill 7 has been withdrawn.
Bill 7 has been
supposed to be panel beaten, and then in the panel beating of it, when it comes back, whichever time, of course, Zambians are looking at it probably after the 2026 elections, then maybe we may think of amending the constitution. So you are submitting actually.
I am actually submitting this one. Yes.
Yes.
If they can, if we can have some, if they can look into this, because I think it's actually the people who suffer when such kind of situation happen. We can't just be waiting for a by-election. Which also cost a lot of money. All the same.
Who go to Caritas Zambia, the social arm of the Catholic Church, the doctrine of the Catholic Church, and make that submission and say, please, when that issue comes up again, we have this.
Consider this one
as Lumen this day.
Yes.
We have this submission. Please take it. We need someone to step in. Hopefully, Zambians will not say again, politicians are creating jobs for their friends, but this one will have come from us and from Lumen. Yes. So Vincent, let's move on. The next story is government calls for increased tourism investment in Luapula province. Minister of Tourism, Honorable Lordin Sikumba, has called on both local and international stakeholders to seize emerging investment opportunities in Luapula province. Honorable Sikumba highlighted that Luapula offers significant potential not only in tourism, but also in agriculture, energy, and mining sectors. He noted that now is the opportune time to invest, citing ongoing efforts to improve enabling infrastructure such as roads, electricity, and water supply. The key to unlocking Luapula's tourism potential lies in the development of the basic infrastructure. We are talking diversification here, and of late we've known that the northern circuit of Zambia is not so much, there isn't much of investment going on, but there's a lot of potential, like the Minister of Tourism has said. And we have a clip of Honorable Sikumba talking about this, and then from there, Vincent, you pick it up.
Is that Luapula is one such beautiful place. Those of you who are coming here for the first time would understand that the natural endowment that Luapula has is something that is second to none. You don't see it anywhere else in the country. And that is why we want to seriously see how best we could monetize it as government. 2-3 critical areas that we're looking at in terms of, actually 4, if I'm not mistaken, is that of tourism, is that of agriculture, is that of energy. We're trying to create more energy in Luapula. And then as well as mining, we've got tenements within Luapula province, but mining cannot thrive without energy. Agriculture cannot thrive without the energy. Obviously, what doesn't take away, what only gives is that of tourism. And therein lies what we're trying to do as a ministry, to see how best we could now develop the northern circuit. The northern circuit includes Luapula, Muchinga, and the northern province itself. Before our time, obviously many years ago, northern province was one big piece of the pie. But this time around, we've got Muchinga, we've got Luapula, and then northern province proper. That is our focus as government today. We're starting from the top. I probably want to call it the headache itself, where we're talking about upgrading Zumbu National Park, Kasaba Bay itself. Then we're going to look at our waterfalls. Connecting into this particular province remains a challenge, and we're focusing on having to create minimal infrastructure development. We're talking about the road network itself. Already, we seem to be getting it right in terms of airports. We've sorted out Kasama Airport. We're currently working on Mansa Airport. Those of you who have been there will see it. We're also talking about Nakonde Airport. Again, then coupled with the Samora Machel, which is the Mbala ZAF base. So all those will now create an opportunity for people to come and invest in the sector. Remember, the conduit, the draw card in creating more investment in the tourism sector is by creating the minimal infrastructure, the road, the electricity, as well as the water. That in itself is something that we're putting priority as government, and we're hoping that you, the Zambians listening out there, and indeed all the international people, to be able to invest in the sector. There's no better time to invest in Zambia than now. So we'd like to encourage people to come and invest in tourism in the northern circuit. We'd like to encourage you, the locals, to actually visit and attend this traditional ceremony so that you get to understand exactly what we are trying to achieve as government. But in terms of marketing these ceremonies, one thing you will hear from me, and that I've said repetitively, is the very fact that the organizing committee people of the traditional ceremonies need to create a specific date when these ceremonies happen, so that we're able to sell it to outside there. What we've actually done as government is to sit with all the traditional leaders, and we've created a complete calendar of events. Those events will happen on a specific date. It could not be the hard date itself, but obviously within the particular weekend or end of the week, end of the month rather, or the beginning of the month, mid of the month. That will now be able to allow our colleagues from the Zambia Tourism Agency to sell that particular ceremony, as opposed to where these ceremonies are only held haphazardly. How do I plan for that particular ceremony, especially if I'm an international tourist? So the Zambia Tourism Agency, through the Ministry of Tourism, has been pushing an agenda to actually allow the organizers of these ceremonies to give us a fixed date. We've started it this year. It seems to be working. I think we'll refine it by.
Yeah, Sydney, yeah, they are the minister talking about the Northern Circuit there. And I think he's spot on. What he's saying is making a lot of sense. But I think what we usually lack in Zambia is we talk about these things. We are very good at talking, but implementing, I think, is what really we don't really do. They are talking about all these things and making us feel good, but at the end of the day, nothing is happening. So I think let us speak and also do what we are saying, because I think this hasn't started now, Sydney. A lot of ministers, governments have talked about developing the Northern Circuit, and we know the potential that it has, tourism and so on, agriculture, and yeah, but nothing really has come forth. Our friends in Botswana, they're trying to see how they can revamp the Kalahari Desert and do something like what has been done in Dubai, making cities and so on. They're trying to do that, and they have tabled, and they have come up with a company from UK that is trying to design how it is going to be done. So I think those are some of the things that we should do. We talk about it and quickly try to see how we can implement it. Quickly identify who is going to do it. They make designs and so on, and then you start. But if we continue talking and talking, it just ends with talking and good ideas, but never implemented.
Yeah, so Vincent, the terminology used for just talking without doing is rhetoric.
Yeah.
Yeah, rhetoric.
Just a noise. Yeah.
Just noise. Yeah, so it's not good. But like you've said, we are living in a world where in economics they would call it economic globalization. Yeah, where, for example, you've cited what is happening, trying to happen with the Kalahari Desert. So today we are in the global world, and so we look at what others are doing. I think this is what government needs. You wonder whether we still have the fulcrum of looking at these issues and trying to see how can we implement the people who can sit down, brainstorm, and just look at the world, how things are going around, how other countries are developing and the like. Because in development, they say development spills over. You see, when you go in an institution, you find people have phones. If they always stay together, you will find they have same phones. It is like that. If you play with friends who are just talking about drinking every day, you'll just be drinking. Also, if you start playing with friends who are talking about buying land and building your own house and the like, it will spill over. You get contaminated also with that development. And we are in a global world, and where there's economic globalization. So you look at what other countries are doing and see what can we do. We have the money. Let us put money, like they say, where the mouth is, and develop where we need to develop. Until we begin to do that, we'll just continue speaking like this. Children will be born, they will grow up. They will find no diversification from mining to agriculture, which we learned in grade 5 or in primary school. And up to today, very little of that is happening. You see, so that's why you hear people saying it's rhetoric.
Yes.
Yeah, but if people are trying to do something, build roads like he's saying, whatever, because it is a road that actually leads to development. When there's a road, people say, here it is passable. Let's go and see what is happening.
Yes. Yeah.
Find someone who buy some land there, put up something, and another person, and population is growing. Yeah. So more and more people will be going to the north, and the issue we talk about, Zambia, Lusaka is overpopulated, will be a thing of the past, because people will be yeah, something like that. Vincent, we move to sports as we end. Chipolopolo is preparing for Chan. The women were beaten, bashed, and also we see the Nigerian women are in good monies, and not only monies, but also after winning, they are going to receive $50,000 each, along with a 3-bedroomed apartment in what is called the Renewed Hope Housing Estate. So our Zambian girls were also going to receive, there was a good package of, is it 100,000? No, this is also another reward that will be given to the
Super Falcons of Nigeria.
So the Zambian ladies were also going to be given something, but maybe next time. Let's talk about the preparations for the Chan.
Well, the preparations for the Chan are ongoing, but I think nothing really interesting has happened, because I think we expected Zambia to play some good friendlies. I think you may be well aware that Zambia decided to use a Chan team for the COSAFA for them to prepare for this tournament. I think they had the Chan in mind when they were playing COSAFA, but I think they did very badly in the COSAFA. They were in a group where we had 3 teams, Comoros, Botswana, and Zambia, and in that group Zambia only managed a draw against Botswana. They drew 3-3 and they lost to Comoros in the first game that they played, meaning that they were out of the tournament. And unfortunately, we had Wetson Nyirenda as the coach, and Wetson Nyirenda only was in charge for 1 game. The other game he had to go out for further studies, and then Beston Chambeshi continued with the team. And then when now they were out of the tournament, we expected Zambia to play a bit more friendlies, especially knowing that Zambia didn't do very well at the tournament. We expected Zambia to play a bit more tournaments, but instead we hear that the coach Wetson Nyirenda has been sidelined, and in comes Avram Grant to take on the team that is going for the Chan, which I think has also, for me, caused a bit of confusion. Now we are bringing in a new coach, completely a different coach to deal with the team. And for me, I think the preparations hasn't been good. And with the new coach that has come in, they have just played friendlies with Division 2 teams, Division 1 teams. And I don't think there is much that you can talk about in terms of preparation if you're going to play teams like DRC. We are in the same group, by the way, Morocco, there is Kenya and Angola. And if you look at Morocco and DRC, these 2 teams have won it twice. They have won the Chan tournament twice. And the only teams so far in Africa that have won it twice. And they'll be competing amongst themselves who is going to win it the 3rd time. And they're in the same group.
So Vincent, you are saying Zambia will just go there to participate and come back. They will not compete.
We only hope they will do something good. But from the preparations, I think the preparations are what tells
Maybe they also take it as a preparation for, is it for the World Cup qualifiers?
No. I think for the World Cup, it's a completely different ball game, because for the World Cup, we are talking about professionals also being included.
Maybe they want to discover from the local players who can join.
Yeah, but the best way, Sydney, to discover best players is by making them ready for a tournament like the CHAN. And if they are ready enough to play at the CHAN, let them go as far as winning it. Then from there, that's when you are going to discover who the best players that can also help you. And from there, even scouts will help you to discover. They will get them to Manchester United and all these other big teams, and then you have very little.
Maybe let us end it at that and say probably, you know, the first president has just come in. Maybe he's learning the art. Let's give him some time and then he learns. But he's a man who has been in football, so he must know better. And if he's still settling, let us wish him and encourage him to settle quickly and do what is right in terms of preparing players for these tournaments. Otherwise, losing can be very difficult to take, and as we say in Zambia, bola ibaba. So it's not good that we keep on losing. So let us wish this team that is going to CHAN all the best, and hopes that with the little preparation they got, everything will be okay. Dear viewers, this is what the program today could accommodate until we come back again on Thursday when you join us, and please participate. Vincent, thank you for being here with me. Hopefully Messi also will be back next time, and until then, dear viewers, this is what we had today. Bye, and thank you for following us.